I grew up in a home where there was domestic violence, so I used to suppress a lot of anger in me and never really knew how to speak to anybody about it. In our culture, it just says whatever happens at home stays at home, so even if I needed help, there was no one that I would actually go to speak to. There was no kind of support in school either. There was no kind of counsellor or someone that I could actually turn to. I became very suicidal just because I hated myself. I was bullied at a point and called ugly a lot of the time. I used to be really jealous of my friends around me because it just seemed like they had the perfect life. To be honest, I just hated my life, hated everything about it. So I'm going to fast forward to university. It's the first time I ever moved away from home. I kind of thought, oh, this is my time to sort of shine, but I didn't really do that. In my second year of university, I remember it was the day after Mother's Day. I called my dad to speak to my mum, and he just said, oh, she's been taken. And I was just like, I don't understand what that means. And he said, basically, the police have come and taken her, so she's been sectioned under the Mental Health Act. And then she came out within a couple weeks and relapsed again, and this time it was worse. So she became really aggressive. She would always think that we're coming to like hurt her and cause her harm. For me, that was the beginning of purpose, in a sense, because I became main carer for her. If I was to describe myself in one word, it would be empathetic. I had that idea of how to launch Mental Health the Arts. Mental Health the Arts is an early intervention creative arts academy for young people between the ages of 13 to 25 with direct and indirect experience of mental health. In terms of business itself, I wasn't too sure. I kind of just went with the flow and it worked out eventually. We work business to business, so most of the time organisation would need me to do a workshop with their young people, but we're trying to change it to a 12-week programme. So that focuses on a holistic approach of young people. They pick a specific art that they want to focus on, and over the course of the 12 weeks they work on that, and they have counselling, life coaching and nutrition sessions. The achievement that's been most significant so far is probably when I sold out my first launch event, just because I didn't think anyone was going to come, and just seeing people there and coming to support me was the most heartwarming thing. I define success by the smiles that I see on the young people's faces when I've taught them how to use their own gifts and talents to help them when they're going through crises. It's not about the money, it's just seeing the hearts change. The times where I felt like giving up the most is when I'm overwhelmed with having a full-time job, caring for my mum, and having to set up things for Mental Health the Arts. I always try and remember the support that I've given young people, and that pushes me. The future is bright, hopefully. No, it is. With Mental Health the Arts, I want to be able to franchise it across the country and just really build a team that are willing to support young people and want the best for them and want them to reach their full potential. My favourite quote comes from the Bible, and that is 2 Timothy 1:7, which says, for God hasn't given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love and a sound mind. So that always reminds me that I have power, I don't need to be scared, I can be bold and courageous. Even though I feel like I went through a lot of pain, through my faith, I know that there's better and there's so much more, and I'm living it out as it is now.